and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe with flag videos like this.
However, Jay-Z is definitely doing that. Jay-Z is a Thelemite, 100%. He's a Thelemite.
Really?
Yes.
I had no idea. You're positive he's like into Crowley.
Well, I believe he is, but go look it up. You don't have to take my word for it.
You're
Go
always
look it up.
right about this. Pull up Jay-Z and
Wait,
Crowley.
remember Sgt. Pepper had Crowley up?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so that, also, let's face it, Crowley's Barbara Bush's real dad. It's very obvious. You know, she looked like Aleister Crowley with a goddamn wig.
It's so crazy how much he looks like him.
Yeah, because he would have these orgies with important people.
Oh, it's Crowley.
Wait, what about Nick Kroll? What did it say?
Jay-Z Crowley. Not Nick Kroll.
Oh.
Jay-Z Crowley. Jay-Z's use of occult and Masonic symbols in his Rockaware brand of music, particularly the phrase, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law," is a key tenet from Crowley's Thelema, sparking theories he's influenced by the, well, yeah.
Yeah,
He wears hoodies with that on it. What the
Yeah, right. So he's a Thelemite. Okay.
Wow.
By the way, I don't want to, not to trash anybody's amazing beliefs of do with thou wilt will be the whole of the law, but I foresee problems with a law like that.
Okay, they always leave out the second part of that. You know, there's a second part, right?
Which is what?
Love is the law.
That don't help.
Love under will.
What if I love victimizing children?
I don't think he meant it like that.
Aleister Crowley.
It's pronounced Crowley.
Stay.
You need to watch this before July 15, 2026.
Hey, what you say gonna happen?
Worldwide earthquake, July 15th at 6 p.m. Judgment begins at the house of God, August the 29th at 6 p.m. Jesus Christ returns to judge the world and end it. You have been warned.
Wait, come here. And what gonna happen though?
Worldwide earthquake.
What, you know what today's day is?
Yes, I do.
What it is?
The 23rd.
Of what?
Of May.
And what gonna happen?
July the 15th at 6 p.m.
How many days left?
The 52.
Alright. Hey,
Yeah.
Are you an angel? An angel sent you down here to tell me that.
There's a theory that the Hansa virus is just a cover-up because so much stuff is coming about the Disney cruises.
Yeah. Wait, what happened on Disney cruises?
It's low-key tied to Epstein. I think a couple episodes back, I mentioned Ghislaine Maxwell used to work for Disney Cruises.
Yeah.
And one of the stops used to be Little St. James, Epstein's Island.
Yeah.
What?
That was a Disney cruise stop?
Yes. Yo, they used to go snorkeling there. What's so insane is Ghislaine Maxwell is seen in pictures at Disney Cruises being one of the coordinators, fam.
Oh, hell.
And then just recently, this is news literally last week, that Disney Cruises are being investigated for child videos. They're being investigated right now, all about that shit. You know why they chose to do it on Disney Cruises?
Why?
Because at sea is one of the places you can make people go missing. One of the most popular ways for you to hide a death or even make yourself go missing is at sea.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because if somebody's missing at sea for a certain amount of days,
you're not gonna find them. It's impossible.
Eventually it will be deemed as a death.
Like cursing people. People come to you to remove curses and to put curses on people?
Oh, yes, they do.
Okay. Do you just accept anybody? If anybody walks through these doors and they say, hey, I want to put a curse on my girlfriend, she's been me over. You doing it?
Everything starts with a reading.
Okay.
I am a priest and a witch. What that means is that I am here to tell people the truth first and foremost. So when they have a reading, it may come up that, for instance, okay, you cheated on her, you kicked out of your car, you left her to walk 10 miles away. Why do you think she deserves the curse? Why don't you deserve the curse? So it's the process of what we call justification. If it comes back justified, then I'll do the work. But let's say there's someone who comes in and they're like, oh, I want to curse my boyfriend, and I do the reading, and he's physically, emotionally, mentally abusive. This person's lost themselves, and that person is not the first person they've done it to. Justification doesn't mean do I think something is justified. It means that in a larger scale of cosmic balance, is this justified? And if it comes back justified, then I'll do the work.
It's going out of focus. All right, now I said swing it, not move it. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. And I opened that thing, so probably let the damn thing out. Yo, this thing keeps moving.
Name anything in the world, and I'll tell you how it's mathematical. It is the source code. Geometry, the QR code for your subconscious mind.
Most people have never seen this.
Thoughts might actually be entirely non-local, like a radio tuning in the frequency. And our heart and emotional stance determines what the dial of that radio is tuning into. When you change the way you see things, the things you see will change. A light can't light itself. Consciousness cannot perceive itself without dividing itself into mirrors, and we are those mirrors. Know thyself.
Sir Robert Edward Grant has uncovered a secret code hidden in the ancient Egyptian pyramids and Leonardo da Vinci's greatest masterpieces, revealing a new understanding of our reality.
The Earth actually goes through long seasonal cycles. We've been through the winter and the dark side. We've just moved into the age of Aquarius. That's why everything seems so bizarre. I was facing the same challenges over and over. There was a pattern tied to numerology that was directly tied also to astrology. I was always good at manifesting, but I never considered the notion that maybe I'm just remembering the path that I already chose. If you start taking off the governor of your own belief system, how much more could you experience?
Good news, you're not seeing things. Bad news, you're not seeing things.
External technology has a ceiling, screens, wearables, headsets. Those are barriers between the user and the potential the body already carries. The body is the platform. Everything else is a prototype.
You're describing the human body as a platform?
I am describing it accurately.
So right now on the 25th of May of 2026, the Banyan volcano in the Albay province in the Philippines is currently erupting. And while there were people recording videos of this volcano eruption happening, there was a meteor that dropped right out of the sky right near Banyan volcano. The event was captured on video at 10:33 p.m. local time. And it literally looks like something out of a Superman film or something, like kryptonite flying out of the sky. Now, just to be clear, it didn't actually hit the volcano, but it looked like it was very close to it. Here, take a look. We'll watch it again. There it is. That's so freaking cool, man. That is freak. That's pretty damn cool.
Watch this. We were all wrong about Kris Jenner's real transformation. It might not be surgery behind all of this. For the past few weeks, Kris Jenner has been appearing less and less, even though she's the Kardashian mother, and we usually see her everywhere, as if she doesn't want anyone to notice what's happening to her face, and it perfectly matches what people had already noticed a few months ago. Kris Jenner kept hiding her hands under gloves all the time, because her hands revealed her real age. Her 70-year-old face looked like a 40-year-old woman, but her hands didn't lie. And now it's her face itself that's starting to expose what she's trying to hide. Because $300,000 worth of surgery fading this quickly isn't normal. Any surgeon at that level should be capable of doing work that lasts, unless it was never really normal surgery in the first place. And that's exactly where it starts becoming strange. Some people have believed for a long time that whatever Kris Jenner uses to transform her face has nothing to do with ordinary surgery, that it's something else, something only accessible to a certain circle of people, a process nobody is supposed to know about. And when you see how fast everything is deteriorating, it raises a real question. If it's truly just surgery, why isn't it lasting? And if it's something else, then what exactly is it? Because what we're seeing in this photo isn't a face aging, it's a face returning to reality.
This is insane, bro. After the first week of being here,
You get used to it, kind
you
of?
get used to it, and it's like, oh, okay, you're in the neighborhood again. So what you're standing on is farm.
Oh, this was all a farm.
farm.
Oh, that's a farm. I see cows.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, every time I see cows on the highway, they're like brown or whatever. Those are white and black cows perfectly, like, instead of like an alarm clock. Have you ever heard chickens wake up?
Yeah.
You don't hear no cars, no city noises, no beep, beep, just straight up nature. Sound. It's quiet. It's too suspenseful, you know what I mean? It's like peaceful.
It's the perfect setup for a scary movie.
Have you ever seen like an ice cream truck come by or
Yeah.
like?
We get the ice cream trucks. They put out a notice for the whole neighborhood. Do not come outside.
It was probably someone trying to come in to be like, God, it's a trap, and they arrested him. The
They had to
elites.
get him.
Yeah, I think the elites arrested him probably.
This video I've never seen the light of day because you're not leaving.
No.
There have been 3 major accidents in the past week, and it's almost starting to seem like this shit's just not a coincidence. You know, first we had the chemical tank leak in Garden Grove, California. And then not too far from there in East Los Angeles, they ruptured an oil pipeline and over 2,000 gallons of crude oil leaked into the Los Angeles River. Now we have another chemical tank explosion, this time in Washington. An 80,000 gallon tank at a paper processing facility imploded. It killed several employees. It injured dozens of people, including first responders. And right now there's recovery efforts because there's people missing. So what do you think? Do you think that these accidents are just a coincidence? Or could we possibly be under some sort of attack? I don't know. But usually where there's smoke, there's fire.
To be fair, that's the most road-looking pool I've ever seen.
One of the secrets that I believe the government is scared of really getting out is the capabilities of human intelligence are way beyond what they want to know. We are able to manipulate reality. We are able to manipulate materials in reality. We are able to talk to each other without any obviously interconnecting means. And so I would encourage your listeners and viewers to go study the 100 or so papers that are peer-reviewed, written by Dr. Dean Radin. And Dean is one of the pioneers of, we don't have all this right. We don't know all this stuff, but here's what we do know, and it's inconsistent with what we thought we knew. And it's like, I can manipulate quantum machines doing measurements. I can manipulate with my mind the output of a random number generator. And it's totally isolated.
He bent a spoon.
The stuff that Russell Targ and Hal Puthoff did out of Stanford Research on remote viewing. Okay, so I'm taking classes from Angela Ford, they're a friend of hers, and Angela Ford was in Stargate way back and was a remote viewer for the government. And I have seen in my ability to do remote viewing. Our job in the group was to sit there and allow our reasoning mind to go quiet and our intuitive mind to open up and just see. So I saw flashes, and these flashes I saw were yellow and red, something that looked like a pyramid, and then other weird things around it, and it felt like I was in a jungle that was very wet and warm. So I wrote all that down, and they pulled the picture out of an envelope. It was a pyramidal-like structure in Indonesia, in the middle of a jungle, and they had red and yellow flags all over the place.
Red and yellow what?
Red and yellow flags all over the place, and it was in the jungle. I had gotten it exactly right.
Wow.
And I just go, what can you do with this? You know that we don't know how the mind works. We don't know how information gets transferred. But what this says to me is an inanimate object, and I can communicate with each other by some means. The government has got to be scared to death that people that can do this kind of stuff will prevent them from ever having a secret. And that is going to scare them. It will frighten them.
If people can actually learn how to do this stuff.
And if we learn, all of us can do it, and everyone starts doing it, their lives are done. They cannot lie to us anymore. Hey, I don't believe that. Just let me close my eyes and think about it, and then I know the answer. They're lying.
Right. I tend to think when it comes to some of these abilities.
But this has really come back around. And I saw, I'm going to avoid the name, okay, because I don't want you to get in trouble or me to get in trouble. But let's say it was a very, very large pop singer, okay? And they were on stage in front of tens of thousands of people who all had their phones out, who were all streaming and recording. And
oh, is this an Astro World?
Sorry?
Was this Astro World?
This was physical. This was a...
No, I mean, I'm thinking...
I see. No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, this individual who was on stage ended up not being able to hold their form and literally shapeshifted into this 7-8 foot tall giant, lizard person in front of all of these people, in front of all of their phones, in front of all of the recordings. And when we think about cosmic disclosure, we always think about like a giant UFO landing on the White House lawn. But what if disclosure happened in this form?
You're saying this is a future event to come.
This is a potential future event that is a very different form of cosmic disclosure. But I truly believe that in order for us to move into this new era, we have to understand that this world is being run by these off-world entities and beings.
This was a female.
You say Jesus was a female?
Let's go. Listen, the Bible, because y'all laughing, the Bible said Jesus was 100% human, correct?
Correct.
And it also said that Mary had the baby without male energy, correct?
Correct.
So that's possible. Right now in the wild is a lot of female animals, a lot of female creatures, a lot of female fish in all areas of the world that have babies alone.
Wow.
But here's the problem. They only can have XX. They only can have what they are. They only can have females. Right? Listen, I can prove this. The only thing in the world that ever been created was female. I can prove it. Listen, everybody right now in their mother's womb was first XX, was female. Right now, if the doctors want to study, did you know this? That when a man nut in a woman and you had it in a thing, did you know that it destroys your DNA? Did you know that the only thing that transfers is the female? That's why they followed the female DNA back to Africa with the woman, because you cannot track a male DNA back nowhere. The female body destroys the male DNA because the male DNA never existed. For real. The only way to study and track back DNA is through the female.
That's science.
That's how they tracked it back to the only woman in Africa, and they said she was black. But let me tell you this, they tracked it back to one tribe.
What tribe was that?
The tribe they tracked it back to, the tribe they got from Africa. But it was different creations and different races that had different beginnings and different starting points. A lot of people don't know this.
Everything is pink. Everything is pink. That's why I said they ain't got.
I'm surprised the car's in pink.
This flew over everybody's head, fam. Really? Nobody realized it when Drake dropped the album.
Yeah.
Did you know Not Like Us got deleted off YouTube?
What?
Deleted
Wait,
off
why?
Yeah, it got taken down.
Why?
And
How did it get taken down?
It got taken down right when Iceman dropped, because that was his.
Oh.
Yeah. It was Drake's plan. So that shit got taken down, and guess what happened?
What?
They rushed to get that shit back up.
Yeah.
And what happened? They caught them botting views because the likes were more than the views.
Oh.
It was at like 40K likes before there were any views.
Oh, they're really trying
That's
to.
smart. Wait, but how did they get the music video taken down? Like,
Yes,
how
his
did
ways,
Yeah,
bro. Let's be so real.
Yeah.
that guy's
Yes, his
powerful.
ways, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's like
Yeah. Yo, you know
billionaires are powerful, man.
Academics was like, yo, when I was moving around with Drake, it's like he had like a button to control the lights because they never stopped at a red. Oh, what the hell? Oh, I seen that too. I seen You that know, like too. when ambulances, like they stop for ambulances. Fam, people stop for Drake. Like they don't.
that's
You know what I mean? He has the keys to Toronto, fam.
Yo, if he can change the color of the CN Tower, he can do anything.
That a lot of people are receiving inoculations. And when I've asked these clients under hypnosis, why are you receiving inoculations while you're asleep? It's really fascinating what's been happening, especially this past year, that a lot of people, according to their bloodlines, are receiving inoculations so they can handle an upcoming contact event, according to their higher consciousness. So I've been asking the higher consciousness, are we about to have some contact event? Why are you inoculating them? And they say because they wouldn't be able to handle this type of biological material if they don't have this inoculation unless they have Rh negative blood. And certain blood types or bloodlines need certain inoculations for some sort of upcoming contact event. What is about to happen? I don't know because they won't tell me. But there's all kinds of signs and symbols in all the prophecies of all the ancients. Like first we saw the three-eye atlas, which is a prophecy. There's so many more to follow. You know, we're supposed to have like some sort of star shower April 22nd that's coming directly from Lyra. And then in the subconscious of my clients under hypnosis, they're talking about these moon changes where the moon will start to look different.
Suddenly they shifted in the Paris Accord and say, oh no, now we need 100 times or 1,000 times the power for AI. So now don't worry about your power, but now AI is going to take our power. They're trying to bet everything on that. You have the WF 2 weeks ago saying we need an AI savior. What are they really doing with AI, and why do they suddenly drop their carbon taxes and all that and then just jump to this? Because they put so much into that.
Right. So the main issue with capitalism is that banks are able to print money as much as they want. Let's say it's an infinite money printer. And when you do that, then people no longer feel strained to work hard. And so the entire point of the economy is to exploit people's energy and to focus that energy into wealth creation for the elite. So you constantly need to manufacture crises in order for people to work hard. And so before it was the fear of the Soviet Union, right? That's why we have to work hard, because we have to prove that capitalism is superior to communism. Otherwise, we'll all live under a dictatorship. And now they're going to manufacture an alien invasion in order to scare people. So the point is not to create fear. The point is compliance. There are different mechanisms in order to engender compliance.
And I totally agree with you, because you have all of the decades of pre-programming in movies, and Spielberg's movie out next month, all of this coming out at once. Clearly they're planning something big there. Why don't they be true aristocrats, as old lords in China and Europe, everywhere, said, make wealth, educate people. Our wealth isn't educated upward people. Only idiots try to feudalize them and control them and dumb them down, because now you've dumbed yourself down. This idea where under COVID, the elites doubled their money, the average person lost half their half. That was the elite actually losing their money. If I have $1 trillion in the bank, but there's nowhere to take a yacht or nowhere to go on a vacation or nowhere to own a beautiful home or nobody take care of my horses, then I don't have the wealth. Don't they get the wealth is in people? I think it's robots. They fundamentally are retarded. There's something, but I get the fact that they're so sociopathic and predatory is how they were able to amass it. They're missing that link that the wealth is in a rising tide, raising all ships. They don't understand that fundamental.
That's exactly right. So you have a situation where the elite got into power because they're sociopaths. Sociopath means you lack empathy. Empathy means you lack imagination and the capacity to see things from a broad perspective. So they don't think about the larger social good. They just think about how to screw other people in order to accumulate more wealth.
This YouTuber believes the fashion world is ridiculous, so he set out to prove it by hiring a 76-year-old granddad named Ray with zero knowledge of the fashion world and aimed to achieve front row seats at one of the biggest fashion shows in the world. So he ordered a bunch of cheap items from Wish.com and dressed Ray in a basic sweatshirt and pants, then turned a literal swimming life jacket into a designer piece, cut up his clothes, and added random pieces of tape in the form of fashion. Then he took Ray straight to London Fashion Week, an event normally reserved for elite designers and popular celebrities. And somehow he was able to skip the queue of hundreds of people and was given front row seats worth thousands of dollars, even though his name wasn't on the guest list. And this was the people's reaction.
I have an online fashion and lifestyle magazine. This is what we need.
So cool. Do you have Instagram? I love this piece.
By the end, he ended up getting on London Fashion Week's official Instagram and was even featured in Vogue's top looks of the week.
In December 2019, forest officials in West Bengal, India, responded to reports of missing livestock near the Sundarbans forest region. Wildlife officer Rajesh Kumar and his team followed the tracks into a remote eucalyptus grove, nearly 3 kilometers from the nearest village. What they found made no sense. A full-grown bull, weighing nearly 400 kilograms, was suspended between 2 thin tree trunks over 6 meters above the ground. The animal was alive, calm, breathing normally. The trees showed no signs of damage. The ground beneath it was completely undisturbed. Kumar's team documented the scene for 40 minutes before attempting a rescue. After the animal was lowered, veterinarians found no fractures, no tranquilizers, and no explanation for how a 900-pound bull ended up hanging in midair.
Red Bull gives you wings, or maybe that was a Sasquatch.
Why do you think that phones have the battery glued inside?
And double cameras.
Double cameras, battery glued inside.
Yeah.
One, when your phone is dead, they're still able to listen, see you, and know where you are. And two, so you can't take your battery out to actually disconnect. Bro, how nice would that be if, like, when you're not using your phone, you could just pop the back off, take the battery out?
Well, that's
you
what
can't
they
do
have,
it.
but
They forced Apple by law to glue batteries in.
That's crazy.
You're talking to me about it. It's not the end of the time.
Have you ever seen this map from 1587? Like this one with the bird carrying an elephant? It's quite crazy. There's so many crazy drawings and depictions here. And I'll go over a few of them with you and let you comment on them. But it was quite interesting. All the depictions. And as you'll see, there's no ice. And there's land all the way around. And then up in the Americas, they have a griffin up there, which I thought was pretty cool. But there are drawings everywhere. I mean, everywhere, where you have this character here, which was really interesting. And then down here you have everything really close, which it's not like that anymore. And we'll go ahead and kind of go across here so you can see more of the craziness. Another large, wild-looking bird. Sea creatures. There's your mermaid on the side here. Here's where they have the dates. And then they have sayings all throughout here, all the different territories. And all along this area, they have all these different depictions like this. Or like that. Or like that. Just wild. And it keeps going. There's more and more. It just doesn't stop. This is probably one of the most interesting maps I've ever seen. And as you'll see here too. Oops, let me just do it the other way. Sorry. As you go further, you see even more interesting characters all throughout. Very interesting map. It's pretty wild looking there. Just all the different animal depictions everywhere. And then these. And then again below you have all the different descriptions. And then some of the different royalty in their descriptions as well. Pretty wild. Here, we'll flip it again so we can see some more stuff. Check that one out, huh? It's pretty wild. Anyways, just wanted to share this map with you. There's so much more to dive into. We're We're just on the outskirts of it. I've done a couple videos. You can go back and check my past videos as well. See the different videos I've done on this. But it is quite interesting. Anyways, as always, I'll do some more videos of this. Stay curious, y'all.
Yeah, like, is this the Truman Show? I always wondered because it's so close to the Air Force Base. You know, whenever the eclipse happened,
We're all getting scanned for an update.
Imagine taking a DNA test and finding out you're not from where you thought you were, right? Maybe you grew up thinking you were Italian, but most of your DNA comes back as French. It happens all the time. But now I want you to imagine you're not from the planet you thought you were from. Maybe you already knew that. I know that sounds like science fiction, but the possibility is gaining a lot of traction in some UFO circles because on a recent podcast, science fiction writer and philosopher Jason Rezajani says he was told about a secret CIA program by former U.S. Army Sergeant Lynn Buchanan. And Buchanan seemingly claims that he's a psychic spy who worked for the government's remote viewing program during the Cold War and was approached by a group of aliens known as the Nordics who've been hiding out in plain sight, living quietly in small American towns. At least they're hiding out for now. Because according to Giorgiani, Buchanan claims a UAP researcher named Christopher Kit Green believes he may have found a way to identify these secret aliens by searching for a specific non-human or hybrid genetic marker inside DNA databases like Ancestry and 23andMe. And on the pie chart listing ethnicities, there's something sometimes called a wedge. It's called other, which means unknown, unidentifiable. So UFO theorists believe that could mean extraterrestrial. Now, to be clear, I get it. I know this all sounds unbelievable, right? And yes, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, but as new UAP files continue to be released by the Pentagon, is it fair to at least ask whether some of these things that we once laughed off maybe deserve some serious scientific scrutiny? You know who I'm bringing in. Avi Loeb, astrophysicist, Harvard professor, one of the leading voices pushing for a fact-based, evidence-first approach to the search for life beyond Earth. Avi, always good to see you. Happy to separate fact from fiction. This a real thing?
Well, thanks for having me. I don't think it's very likely to be a real thing. I mean, it's possible the CIA or anyone else might have been curious about this question, but there is no scientific basis to lend any credibility to this possibility because, first of all, you know, for biological beings to travel interstellar distances, it requires a very unusual genetic engineering, because we know that, you know, these trips, even at the speed of light, would take tens of thousands of years, and, you know, they are very hazardous because of bombardment by cosmic rays. You know, humans cannot survive for more than a few years on Mars or the moon.
I hear that.
Without
I hear that. I guess the question is there a genetic marker that you could search for potentially?
Yeah, I mean, about the origin of our species, you know, of course, there could be paths that led to humans that are not fully recognized. That definitely is possible. And you could have also markers within the DNA that indicate some effect of transfer of life from, let's say, Mars to Earth, what is called panspermia. You can imagine situations like that. But, you know, the DNA is not necessarily universal throughout the cosmos. You know, the kind of genetic code we find nowadays in humans, you know, was very different if you go back 1 billion years on Earth, or a few billion years. There weren't even cells, eukaryotic genesis, you know, of cells in which the DNA is packaged. It only came about 2 billion years ago on Earth. That was less than half the age of the Earth. So imagining someone visiting us with similar DNA characteristics is extremely unlikely to be relevant because, you know, there is also the possibility of the helicity, the way the molecules of the DNA are organized, to be exactly opposite, and then it would be catastrophic for us to even touch such beings. I recommend not shaking the hand of an alien if you find one. It's
I'll
really
keep that in
dangerous.
mind. I'll keep that in mind.
So that's a wrap on this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit that smash like button for me, smash the subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.